Alright guys, so Janemba officially has his Extreme Z Awakening, and boy, did they go ahead and make him busted. Look at those stats. Are his stats high enough, do you think? Yo. Alright, let's just go ahead and jump in. We're going to do a few things today, because obviously, I already did kind of the normal sneak peek video for Janemba that I usually do for new units, right? So, in today's video, I want to go ahead and show him off. We're just going to do a normal run with the Enhanced Transformation team, because I doubt I'll be able to get his Janemba's best situation, like, just in a normal run-through, right? Usually, these do take quite a few kind of attempts to actually make it work. So, what I want is, I want to get Full Power Frieza in the first slot. We want, of course, our boy Janemba in the second slot, and then we want Kid Buu in the third slot. And then we need to be at full health going into that rotation, and then Full Power Frieza needs to get supered at the start, and then that would activate Big Bad Bosses, and Kid Buu's passive would be active, so then we would be able to absolutely just disintegrate Gohan. Alright, the video is based on Janemba, but since Kid Buu and Full Power Frieza are in that second rotation, I'm going to go ahead and float him off right here, just to sort of get them all together. That's kind of the best way to get this done. Now, Janemba, again, they made him, like, ridiculously disgusting, insane. Like, honestly, he could do everything now. He has fantastic links. Just look at these links. Like, Janemba units have always had tremendous links. And what's funny is this is the 1-year anniversary unit, like one of the two, him and STR Gogeta. He's got Big Bad Bosses, Shocking Speed, Metamorphosis, Brutal Beatdown, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, and Fierce Battle. So just perfect links. Absolutely perfection. So that's going to work incredibly well in most situations. His defense is ridiculous to the point of being exactly that. Ridiculous. His stats are so high. He gets an attack and defensive buff of 70%, which is going to really help out with his ridiculous stats. It's going to be kind of like LR Cell or LR Bardock, where they have a small attack and, like, defensive buff, right? So people kind of get lured by that, like, oh, they're not really that good. But in actuality, their stats are so high that it's going to be, equivalent to, like, a 120% attack buff on, like, a normal banner unit or something, right? So even though it's only 70%, it's still going to have him dumb strong. Also, after Janemba gets hit, it's weirdly where, he has to activate his guard for a secondary attack 40% buff and the ability to dodge to activate. But essentially, it's just he has to get hit, right? After he gets hit, he's then capable of doing ridiculous damage, because that passive, the way that's calculated, I think, is just like, the way Tech Beerus' passive works, where if they end up multiplied into each other, so Janemba is able to do just ridiculous levels of damage, like absolutely ludicrous levels. Also, I realize we're not going to be able to get Janemba's best look here, because Janemba's got to get hit first too, and I'm like, Janemba, even if Janemba got super attacked, I don't even really think he'd take a lot of damage. So we would want him in between both of them, but his passive is not going to be active. So here, let's have Janemba go first, just to kind of see him attack. We'll keep Physical Kid Buu on rotation with him, and then after we kind of get through this first run, I'll go through another fight, and we'll kind of get his best attack set to work, because it is kind of difficult. Oh, okay. But if he dodges 2.8... 2.8, just very casual, like... Yo, he's ridiculous. Wait a minute, now that I think about it, does my Janemba have 20 dodge? He might. Let me go double check that, because see, that's the thing. I'm sure a lot of people gave Janemba a lot of dodge, because... he is mainly a defensive unit. But now, he's also one of the hardest hitters in the game. No, my Janemba has 5 dodge and 15 crit. Okay. Although I do feel like either could work well, right? Because he's still one of the best defensive units in the game. So even if you got him with 20 dodge, it's not like he's worthless or anything. Nothing like that. This transforming team, by the way, is going to be very fun because very clearly every single unit in Dokkan that kind of has these mid-battle transformations is going to be put onto this category. Now, explicitly, 3 transformation units, I think it's 3, are not on the category, right? LR, Gogeta, and Vegito. But, you know, that kind of makes sense, right? They fuse into Gogeta and Vegito rather than transform into them. I'm okay with that. And then the third one is Turles. Now, Turles, of course, you know, he kind of eats the fruit of the Tree of Might, and it's just a power buff. He doesn't actually take a transformation. Like, it's not an actual, you know, transformation. So I don't really think I have too much of an issue with all of those units not being on this category. It's not really too big of a deal to me. And it looks like, you know, any, you know, future, like, Super Saiyan type transformation characters, they all are going to be added to this category. So, you know, Blue Vegeta, UI Goku, you know, some sort of Gohan card that transforms, a Cell transforming card. All of them are going to eventually be added to this category, which to me is going to be very, very interesting to see, like, you know, how good it's going to be once so many of those type of characters are added in here. Okay, we do have Kid Buu's passive active. Now, this would be a pretty good turn for Janemba if he got, like if he would get the super attack in this spot, because he has a lot of links with these two Buus combined. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and let Super Buu finish this off. Let's go ahead and see what numbers he can put up just while we're here, right? And then afterwards, I'll go ahead and hop back into an event, and we'll get that best rotation here with the Enhanced Transformation team. So what are you going to do right here, Buuhan? 1.7, yeah. See, I can understand. I've heard, like, discussion on what's the worst category leader, right? And I have seen people... Oh, wow. Super Buu did not actually even finish him, so we could have gotten Janemba's attack right there. Whatever. So I've seen discussion on the worst category leader in the game, right? And I've seen people have said Super Buu. I don't think Super Buu's the worst. I do think Super Buu is better than STR Ultimate Gohan and Physical Future Gohan. Because, you know, once Super Buu transforms, which he always will, right? 5 turns in, Super Buu transforms no matter what. So that's very useful. And then he heals a lot when he transforms, which is, again, very, very helpful. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and hop into another event. Let's see what Janemba could do max situation on the Enhanced Transformation team and also on the Movie Boss team. Oh boy. Alright guys, I've been trying to get this down for hours. It is a very difficult set of circumstances you gotta get to get this Janemba's full power out. One, the rotation before this happens, Janemba has got to get hit, and it has to be the rotation before this set is set up, because Janemba's secondary buff only lasts for 4 turns. So otherwise we won't be able to get his full power. Then we gotta have these 3 units on rotation, and we gotta be above 80% HP to activate Kid Buu's 50% attack passive. Now, in order to see Janemba's full power Frieza has to get supered right here, and it has to do enough damage to knock us below 80% HP to activate Big Bad Bosses. So here we go. I've been trying this for hours. Things, no matter what, stuff always goes wrong. Either the enemy does not super attack. Okay, this might actually be it. He just has to do enough damage. Oh no. He didn't do enough damage. He hit like a feather. Yo, I'm so annoyed right now. I can't, it's so difficult to do this too because no one is running Super Buu on JP. Like, it takes literally like a half hour of resetting until I find a Super Buu friend. And getting this down is not consistent enough to go into like the Goku Black event, the newest one. But like, full power Frieza, it's also impossible to avoid a super attack with full power Frieza, where he raises his defense by a lot because no matter what, he super attacks. So like this situation is so hard to get to activate. I'm losing my mind here. Alright. Alright, guys. I couldn't possibly begin to explain how frustrating this has been, but I think this is going to be the rotation. I have never, ever had this much trouble getting one of these best rotations to happen. It's just so difficult to go into a rotation above 80% HP for Kid Buu. You have to get hit the turn before, so Janemba has his passive active, the second part of it, and you have to take a lot of damage in that first slot, so Big Bad Bosses will activate for Janemba. Just a true nightmare. I have gone through Boss Rush Stage 6 3 times without getting this to activate, so unless... Nah, Cooler doesn't have anything in the dupe system. Unless Hirudegarn kills us before we get to Janemba, I don't... No, he'll do enough damage. Yeah. Yeah, because Cooler is like 1% in the dupe system. He'll do enough damage. But for a second, I got really scared. I thought Hirudegarn wouldn't do enough damage. 3.6! Wow! So Janemba can hit harder than Beerus. Wow! There we go. That is, I think, Janemba's best rotation. 3.6 million. Beerus is able to get to 3.5 million. And we've seen Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is able to hit 4 million. So, these EZAs are... crazy. Alright, so Janemba can also be used on the Movie Boss team. Let me go ahead and get the best rotation with Janemba, which I think would be a double Turles rotation, probably, with Big Bad Bosses active, would give Janemba his best attack set over on the Movie Boss team. So let's see how that looks compared to the 3.6 he can get on the Enhanced Transformation team. $3.8! There we go. Alright, so I'm a bit surprised that Janemba was actually able to beat his number from the Enhanced Transformation team, but that is very impressive. So, Janemba is so powerful that he can almost match what Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is able to do when the enemy is stunned. That's very impressive. So, this Janemba now usually sits around a 2 million attack stat once his full passive is active, and he's capable of getting well over 3 million if the conditions are right. They made him absolutely busted. He is very, very powerful. So let's go ahead and go over all of the changes that Int Janemba has received. So this is Netherworld Demon Super Janemba. His leader skill used to be Int type attack 80%. Now he's Int type Ki 3, HP attack, and defense 90%. So all of these EZA units are going to be very, very helpful for Dokkan Battlefield as sub-leaders. They're all going to be very good there. His super attack is the Lightning Shower Rain, which used to do supreme damage and greatly lowers enemy defense. Now it does immense damage and greatly lowers enemy defense, which gives him, that's one of the reasons he's able to hit so hard now. His passive Space Domination used to be attack and defense plus 5,000 and guard activated against all attacks. Now it's attack and defense 70%, guard activated against all attacks, and then he has a medium chance to evade enemies' attack for 1 turn and attack 40% for 4 turns when his guard is activated, or essentially just when he gets hit. So that, like, when you have that second part of his passive active, the attack 40%, they multiply into each other, and Janemba starts doing the insane, 2 million, 3 million damage stats left and right. This Janemba is amazing. That's about it. His links are Big Bad Bosses, Shocking Speed, Metamorphosis, Brutal Beatdown, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, and Fierce Battle. Fantastic links. Janemba units have one of the best link sets in the game. Gogeta and Janemba units are both just ridiculous. His 12 key multiplier is only 140%. Okay. Despite being a top tier Dokkan Fest, but, you know, obviously he is about to be 3 years old now. Very, very old unit. And then really the only weakness of the card is just that he's on 2 categories. He's on the Movie Boss category, and he's also on the Enhanced Transformation Team category. It's just that you're going to output more damage, for sure, on the Movie Boss team, running like a Beerus rotation, and probably like a Bojack rotation, than running, you know, Janemba with another unit. Because, you know, Bojack is just so powerful, and then Tech and LR Beerus both are able to do, you know, ridiculous, insane numbers. And then the Enhanced Transformation team is kind of wonky with, like, Super Boo and stuff. But I would say Janemba, he's great on both teams. I don't know. It's like he doesn't have, like, that custom-built partner to link up with, just because, you know, there's only, like, you know, Super Janemba. Like, the normal Janemba's only got the one SR card. He doesn't have, like, you know, another TUR or something like that. But I don't know. They made this Int Janemba, like, head and shoulders better than STR Janemba. There's really no comparison. STR Janemba is not capable of getting a 3.8 million attack stat. He is not capable of getting a 3 million attack stat. Int Janemba is now one of the best units in the game. Just like Tech Beerus, just like Physical Kid Buu, these EZAs are getting absolutely ludicrous. And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, y'all. Let me know what you think of this Janemba, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.